Hello and welcome. My name is Laura Woods and I am the Admissions Operations Manager here at the University of Buffalo School of Nursing. I manage our RNTBS application review process. Today we will be going over what that process looks like and applying to the program. If you have any questions about the RNTBS program, you can email our office at nursing@buffalo.edu. So in order to apply to the RNTBS program, you will first apply to the university. You will then submit your official transcripts as well as any other required application materials, and then you'll email a resume to the School of Nursing. The application for the RNTBS program opens once per year each August for a start date in the following spring and fall terms. So at the time of this recording, we are accepting applications for the fall 2025 semester. If you're watching this in the future and hope to start the program in spring 2026 or fall 2026, that application will open in August 2025. So where to apply? You'll apply on the UB admissions website as either a transfer student or as a re-entering student. If you have never attended UB before, you will submit the transfer application. If you have previously attended UB as an undergraduate student, you'll submit the re-entry application. If you've previously attended UB as a non-degree or non-matriculated student or as a graduate student, you would submit the transfer application. So submitting the transfer application, the link to this application is on the UB admissions website as well as on the SUNY website. You'll select the term that you're going to start the program. The campus is the University at Buffalo, and the major is nursing, and it will say in parentheses RN to BS RN license required. This may seem self-explanatory, but we do have another SUNY in Buffalo called Buffalo State University, which is not the same school as the University at Buffalo. So if you can't find the right major, you're not seeing the RN2BS program listed, you'll just want to check back at the campus. Buffalo State does not offer an RN2BS program, so you can fix that campus issue and then submit your application. There is an application fee associated with the transfer application, and if you have any questions or concerns about the SUNY application or the application fee, you can contact UB Admissions directly for assistance. If you're submitting the reentry application because you've previously attended UB as an undergraduate student, you'll submit the form. It's linked on the UB Admissions website as well. You'll select your start term, again, that you want to start the program, and then the major will be nursing RN-BS. In parentheses, it will say INT, and there's no application fee associated with the reentry application. Here on the screen, I have a screenshot of what that section of the application will look like. You will only be able to submit a reentry application for the terms that we are currently accepting. So again, at the time of recording this, we were accepting fall 2025 applications. For the spring 2026 and fall 2026 application that will open in August of 2025. After you've submitted your application, you'll receive an email from UB Admissions with login credentials for your applicant status page. This is a portal where you'll be able to track the status of all of your application materials after they've been submitted. Here on the screen, I have a screenshot taken straight from one of our current applicants. This is what that email will look like. You'll have your username, which is going to be the email address that you put on your application. You'll have a PIN and a custom link to log into your page. Please be sure to check the application or email address that you put on your application. Make sure you've spelled your email address correctly. Check your spam folder. Sometimes UB emails will end up in your spam, so we don't want anything to delay the review of your application. So you'll want to make sure that you're regularly checking your emails to see that everything is being uploaded, that all of your materials are being received. If you have any questions or concerns, all of those emails are going to come to that same email address. So please be checking your email regularly. Next, you'll submit your official transcripts. Official transcripts are required for every undergraduate institution that you've attended, and all of those will be submitted directly to UB Admissions. The School of Nursing is not involved in transcript processing. Please don't send us your transcripts. If you send them to us, then it will slow down your application review because we'll have to send them on, and that can slow everything down. You are required to submit separate transcripts for every school that you've attended. So even if you took one class or two classes, it does have to be its own transcript. You'll also be submitting a resume. You'll email your resume directly to the School of Nursing. So while your transcripts have to go to UB admissions, that's a university admissions requirement. The resume is an admissions requirement for the RNWS program. It's specific for our admissions committee, so it will not show on your checklist as a required item, but it is required within the School of Nursing in order to complete your application. You don't need to worry about making a new fancy resume. You probably already have one on hand, but the sections that we'll be taking a look at will be your education section, so any degrees that you've earned or anticipate earning, as well as your graduation dates. So when did you graduate or when do you expect to graduate? If you're currently enrolled in your associate's degree program, but you know you're going to graduate in December 2026, be sure to include that on your resume. You'll also want to make sure that your employment section is up to date with any current or past employment, as well as any relevant nursing employment. You'll want to monitor your checklist in your applicant status page for any other required materials. UB admissions will sometimes require a gap statement, a permanent resident card, etc. Any additional checklist items that they're requiring will show on your applicant status page. So again, please be logging into your page, checking your checklist, make sure that you know all of the materials that are required of you. If you have questions about any of the items in your checklist, if you think they've already been received, or you don't know what it is, you don't know what's expected, reach out to UB admissions and they can help you with those questions. For applicants with below a 2.5 undergraduate overall GPA, you are required to submit a personal statement and letters of recommendation. These materials, again, are required for our admissions committee within the School of Nursing. So your personal statement and letters of recommendation will be submitted directly to the School of Nursing. We will contact applicants via email if this is your situation, and we will give you information about submitting your materials and a deadline for submission. So either myself will contact you or someone else within our Student Services office here at the School of Nursing. If you have above a 2.5 GPA, you're not required to submit a personal statement and letters of recommendation. You're welcome to, but we won't review them. So I don't recommend taking the time to collect those items if they're not required. If you've taken any exams, so AP exams, CLEP exams, etc., and you want to submit those score reports to have the credits considered for transfer credit at UB, you'll need to submit an official exam score report to the university. First, you'll need to check the exam website so you can see the instructions on how to request your score report, as well as to pay any required fees. After you've done that, then you can submit your official exam score report to UB. For AP exams or CLEP exams, we have a school code that you'll need to give College Board in order to make sure that they're submitting your scores to the correct school. This is very important. We've had students in the past submit scores to Buffalo State. Again, it's not the same school. We cannot collect your scores from a different institution, so please be sure to send all of your score reports to the correct institution. I have a link here on the screen, and you can find this on the UB Registrar website with more information on transfer credit from exams and how those might articulate here at UB for transfer credit. So in terms of the admissions process, it is a two-part review. You'll first be admitted to the university, and then you'll be admitted to the RNWS program. So step one is UB admissions will review your application. In order for their office to review your application checklist must be complete. So again, check your checklist, make sure all of your materials are received. After they've received all of your applications and your application is complete, then they will review you and send you an electronic admissions decision to the email address you put on your application. After you've been admitted to UB, then the School of Nursing will review your application. In order for us to review your application, you must have submitted a resume to our office. Admission to the university does not guarantee admission to the School of Nursing. So even if you've been admitted to UB, if we don't have your resume in the School of Nursing, we are considering your application incomplete and you will not be reviewed. Be sure to submit your resume. If you need to submit any additional materials, so you have that below 2.5 GPA, or if we have any questions, we will contact you via email at that point with more information. You can expect a final decision from the School of Nursing within 2 to 3 weeks after being admitted to UB, and again, that will be emailed to the email address put on your application. We have rolling admission for the RNWS based on space availability. So while we do not have an application deadline, we do close our application. So if you know you want to come to the University at Buffalo RNWS program, get your application in now. Don't wait. We don't want you to miss it. And we hope to see you here at UB. Thank you so much for taking the time to review our video today. If you have any questions about the RN2BS program or the application process, please feel free to email nursing@buffalo.edu. Thank you.